Why are you resting?
I don't think she could.
Yeah.
Well, we're at 6, so.
Let me start recording.
All right. Let's call to order the July CAPS meeting at 6:00 p.m.
Andrew Vaughn,
Here.
Susan here, Stephanie Coffin.
Here.
Sherry Smith,
Here.
Liza McKenzie. Here. We don't have Brandon. Chris Nina,
Here.
and we don't have council.
And possible Brandon will triple in, we'll see.
Okay.
And also welcome artists, is it Leatherwitz?
Yes.
Okay. Prospective member, so
Yay.
thanks for joining us and hope we can scare you away in the next 2 hours. Just generally speaking, if you'd like to say something in public comment, we welcome that, but otherwise it's going to be mostly members for this meeting. Let's see, has everybody had a chance to look at the agenda? Anybody have any changes or additions? Any? You do that? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, then I would entertain a motion to approve our agenda, please.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
I guess we vote on that. I don't think we vote on that. After. Yeah. Do we have any public comment in the room? Any online? Okay, moving on. Would you like to introduce our guests?
Sure, or I'll let building and planning introduce.
Hi,
We got two for tonight.
yeah, we brought the whole, well, half the department, down. I'm Jeffrey Weathers, and I'm a planner with the town of Superior, and, this is Alex Hafling. He's also a planner, and, we are here to talk to you a little bit about, aspect of the comprehensive plan. We're drafting, some of our vision and our goals, for the town, and the goals that pertain specifically to CAPS. We've just kind of brought around to see if we want to make some contribution edits. There's some drafts started. I think that they're based on sort of the parks goals in general.
Yes.
And so that'll be like a contribution, and there's some space to like, weigh in on that.
Yeah.
So we have a short kind of presentation that will be, we'll just ask you your opinion about things.
Okay.
What was your last name again? Harding.
Hafling.
Oh, I'm trying to read your tag.
Oh.
How do you spell it? Cause I'm the secretary.
Hafling.
Thank you.
Alex has done some of these committees before, so I'm gonna let him do the presentation part and I'll
Okay.
jump in.
Yeah, so we are here to talk about these, the goals that pertain to CAPS. And so some of these are overlapping with some other committees, but also encompassing things that are relevant that kind of cross between some of these committees, but also things that are specific to CAPS. So on our first slide, we have the vision and values. And so all of these goals are always going to relate back to our more overarching vision statement, which is a community for all. And then as well, may touch upon some of the values that we have here. So, I'm sure that you guys would probably with CAPS, distinct town character, healthy and accessible environment, and vibrant economy. It could be, it could be all 5 of these, or it could be some, but it's a little bit of a guiding factor to where that goal fits into the greater values and the vision in the town. Next. So this is the PROS department mission statement. So obviously everyone can read it, but I'll also read it. The Parks, Recreation, and Open Space Department encourages a vibrant and meaningful community by providing exceptional parks, facilities, open space, events, and services. And so the first goal that we will be talking about today is, this is the overarching PROS goal. that encompasses pretty much every aspect of prose. And so specifically speaking about, kind of at the beginning there, building on past prose planning efforts to enhance and preserve Superior's parks, recreation, and open spaces as vital community treasures that bring people together, provide opportunities to recreate, contemplate, celebrate, experience nature, view wildlife, enjoy public art, volunteer, and participate in town initiatives. So it's a mouthful, it's a lot for that first goal, but the focus there is that since our last update of the comprehensive plan back in 2012, there's been a lot of projects, there's been a lot of programs, initiatives, things that have happened since that we want to build on. So that's really where that comment came from. It initially came from OSAC, but it was also accepted by Park and then further with Historic Commission. And so these this goal specifically is talking about things that have come up in the past that we can look back to in order to move forward. So obviously, if there's any initial comments or initial thoughts about this goal, feel free to share.
Yeah, so what is it, what you're asking for feedback? I mean, is this set in stone? Is this like up for revision, or you're just telling us this is what it is?
Kind of, no, I guess there's room for tweaking if it sounds, like we're missing something in there, we're not catching, at least from the, from the CAP's perspective, are we touching upon what you guys are hoping for in this goal? Because we do mention, a few aspects of that here.
And I think you could go with a reframe and we'll write it down and we'll see how to integrate that with like the other comments we've gotten. Or you could tweak it, like the parenthetical part there is something that OSAC put in and that I think Park seconded. Anyway, so that's just kind of an idea of like a little bit of a build on.
Yeah, I mean, all that ran through my mind, you gotta enjoy public, right, we're cultural arts and public spaces, right? And so there's the kind of two halves, the art's written right in here, and then public spaces is kind of in here, right? I mean, we're talking about bringing people together, opportunities to recreate, that kind of thing, but that was just all that kind of went through my mind, was if there was kind of utilize public or.
Yep, and we should say that there are 4 goals. So it could be that others touch on, more of what you guys want to add on to or, speak about the specific CAP's contribution or whatever.
Yeah, there'll be more.
So we can always go back to.
Yeah. And that might help, just to be able to see all the goals and then to see how maybe to differentiate between them and just to see if those are. So next slide, please.
I had a
Oh,
similar reaction to Andrew, that this art doesn't have to be in a park or open space. It can be in a public space, which can be downtown, it could be sidewalks, it could be anywhere where we're putting that into the community.
Right.
So I know we've talked loosely with Neil and others about, does the public art programming deserve to kind of live on its own with its own budget outside of parks and open spaces? And some of the cultural programming outside of parks, because we can qualify for grants possibly better that way.
Yeah, and it's a great idea, and goal 4, I think, touches on land use in general and how you might contribute in land use, so we could see if like this one is too park specific, if that one plays a little bit more into that, and we can always come back.
Okay.
Yeah. Round 2. So this is specifically talking about, it gets a little more focused on just the parks with this goal. So the last one was more encompassing of everything, so that's where I kind of see what you're saying there. So the second one is more specific to the park, so elevate Superior's parks to inspire play, nature and wildlife appreciation, active lifestyles, appreciation of art, history, and cultural experiences for all users. And that was a comment from the park department, the park committee, sorry, the park committee, to include more inclusive and accessible language in there.
And go on to goal 3, I think 3.
So this one, we have protect, enhance and improve access to the open spaces that provide outdoor recreation, nurture wildlife, and support the natural ecosystems of our unique region. So that one is more open space focused. And then again, that parenthetical there was there to talk about, accessibility, on those spaces as well as inclusivity. So this is the fourth goal, and I believe that this one is a little more, focused towards, CAPS and the Historic Commission, do I have that right?
Yeah, and a lot of this language was built or constructed at the historic meeting
Okay.
last week.
Okay,
But, and they are aware that art, you know, with the kind of the mindset of, you know, the arts and history division of the
Mhm.
parks, which is sort of new.
Mhm.
You know, and then to Chris's point, eventually may be uplifted up and out of the park.
okay,
But we're not, you know, obviously that hasn't happened yet, so I think sort of trying to retrofit art and history into these goals the best we can.
right.
And
And
this
that,
one starts obviously with public spaces a little bit more broadly, like you were talking about.
How long is this comprehensive plan supposed to carry us forward to?
10 years usually,
Okay. So, I mean, I think
possible updates.
I think the ambition would be for the arts stuff to transition before that, because we need at least, what, 4-year history with our own dedicated budget in order to qualify for the grant program in the state.
Yeah.
So that should happen ideally ASAP. And I would hate for this to get lumped into the comprehensive plan and say, well, okay, well, 10 years from now, we'll deal with it,
yeah.
because we're missing out on a lot of state budget that way.
Is that this though, like, is that necessarily relevant to this? I mean, if pros has these goals and CAPS decides to elevate to whatever that is, does that change that we want Parks and Rec open space to be thinking about?
I don't know if the comprehensive plan is basically the guiding document that says, okay, this is how you're operating under this for the next 10 years.
I'm wondering if in this goal in the next part, that there are maybe some strategies that have to do with making art its own. What, I mean, I don't know, how do you guys call that, making art its own subject matter for the town, or whatever you wanna do, so maybe there's, as like part of enhancing public spaces.
Right.
With this, maybe that there is a specific strategy, where we want to, you know, disentangle art from.
Yeah.
From.
I just don't know how much latitude the town is given. what the
Yeah,
comprehensive
right.
And I will say, to go off of that, so I did mention that it starts with the vision, and then you have your values, and you're kind of thinking of it like a funnel. You have your vision, you have your values, and then you have your goals, and then you have your strategies. Which is, we're not quite, we're getting into that a little bit today, but this will be where that comment will come into more, and then under those strategies are actions.
Good.
And so this might be the overarching general direction that you wanna go, and then one of those strategies could be what you mentioned, and then the action would be going through with it.
Okay,
So yeah, it's kind of, we're kind of building on, and we're still kind of in the middle here, we've come down a little bit on the task, you know, on where we are in the funnel. But we haven't quite got to that place where what you were talking about is something like that's actionable.
okay,
Yeah.
great.
So yeah,
And the other thing too is that if down the road, arts and history sort of uplifts out of parks, there's always gonna be some sort of branch or connection or root to it because of the need for public art to go into parks, or for, you know, like Grasso and Asti are the holders of history and collection and museum, you know, so I think if we can kind of all keep it in mind and craft that language so that
Yeah,
it's, you know, it's still applicable and relevant, even if that does happen.
yeah, can you, so forgive my ignorance, but can you kind of like articulate a little bit, like, what might that, like, a particular strategy look like exploring arts and art and history as a,
It's kind of like a
Department?
separate department.
as a part, as a.
Eventually,
Yeah,
right now, we're calling it a division of Parks and Rec,
Uh-huh.
but bigger picture,
it can't be lumped under capital improvement budget for state purposes. So
Okay,
that's, I think now we're couched under parks, which is a capital improvement budget allocation, is my understanding. of
oh,
it. We
interesting.
need to be outside of that to qualify for the grants.
grants.
Grants won't pay for infrastructure.
Right,
Okay,
so we need to have like cultural programming
Right.
stand on its own.
And then what you're saying is that there's still gonna be pretty close ties to the pros department, because a lot of that overlaps, kind of what we were saying, you know, a lot of these overlap.
It's supposed to be legal.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it may not have to happen because there might be an administrative fix, I
Right,
don't know.
yeah,
So there's just so much strategically to figure out, so I guess that would be my advice, is if we can keep it vague. But
yeah,
also kind of specific, so that if it happens or doesn't happen, it all makes sense.
could we maybe frame it in terms of pursuing grants? Whatever needs to be done, like explore options for better, positioning ourselves for a state and federal funding, something like that.
Yeah, it's almost like administrative infrastructure, sort of like, you know, figuring out. You know, cause public art is CIP. But at the same time, all the other programming is not, so but because it's all lumped together right now,
right,
it's disadvantage, there's this disadvantage to
okay.
the pursuit of. Grants and other funds.
To that point, like, has it been a deterrent, have you had some tangible deterring factor because of the structuring? And you can like
Like,
point
we're
to
not
something?
eligible for SCFD right now at all.
Okay,
Thanks for joining us. So we're in the middle of an item here and you're next.
Okay.
Do you have any time constraints on?
No.
Anyway, don't wanna get in the weeds on that, but it is something to sort of keep in mind.
no, I definitely think it helps structure,
And I-
where the conversations will wanna go.
And I did mention to Renee, there will be a time, I'm hoping within the next year or so, that the current master plan that's sort of art and caps
Mhm.
driven will really kind of go in a different place and be arts and history.
Right, okay, I see.
And, you know, so if there's that alignment with this comprehensive plan and what that master plan eventually looks like, it'd be great.
Okay,
Yeah, great. I'm gonna make a note of that and then we'll just kind of like think about how that fits and where it could fit. And then, you know, if we need to reach back out to you, you know, via email or whatever to get that language right, we will.
Is this whole presentation on goals or where else are you taking us here? Are you also gonna
we
go down?
do have one more slide,
One more slide about.
and this one gets a
Tweaking our
little
land
bit.
use goals.
A
Go to
little
the
bit.
next slide.
Okay.
And then it goes a little bit deeper because it really are land use goals are what they are, but the strategies are specific to, yeah, caps and other art and history kind of things. Yeah, so our goal is to promote new development in Superior that preserves buildings, and builds on the town's unique character, helping to shape a livable and enduring community that will thrive for generations to come. And I think the Historic Commission came up with a strategy to integrate historic discussion for development projects. If there's something similar that you.
That was where I was going, almost exactly, you know, what I want out of the whole comprehensive plan in terms of art is I want them to be thinking about us every time with every project, like on the checklist, it should be, have we thought about making this pretty, not just putting a hotel here, but on the checklist, there needs to be, have we consulted with caps for the art
Yeah.
Are we
industry?
talking about like actual building design and architecture? For what, like? Retail spaces or housing developments, like?
Yeah, I mean, how exactly are you gonna do that to certain
Like,
keywords?
I would love to have an opinion on that.
Yes.
But no one's ever asked us before, like as a community, like, is
Yes,
that what you mean?
yes, I think that it would be integrated into all kinds of development projects. There would probably be a certain scale, so like individual homes probably no, but like a housing development would need some public art. The hotel, we asked for public art, so things like that.
We
Possibly.
ask for that stuff because I go to the meetings and say, we need to have art on these things, right?
And-
I want it to be part of the comp plan.
That is why, and we're glad that you do it, because
Like,
that's exactly what we
If I
want.
wanna channel New England style vibes, would they take my opinion and, like, I want light clapboard, cozy little outfits.
So you, yes,
That's what I
as an
want.
individual, yes, and yes,
And they'll be
as
like, yes, thank you
caps
for
as
your
well.
opinion.
So, I mean,
Right.
yes, you come with your particular view of what that should be.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I mean,
this-
you know what I mean?
But the procedure in general, right, is an applicant applies and it goes to the planning commission who has to compare the application to the comp plan, right? That's the process, right, in town for the most part. The planning commission has to look and say, does this meet the needs of the comprehensive plan?
So are you gonna require them to do?
We can have a public art requirement, we can have an ordinance.
Why isn't there one now?
Just hasn't been passed.
Because we haven't advocated.
Yeah,
Like CAPS has been around for years.
But it's not CAPS that does it.
It's not caps that does it.
Oh,
So this is where we would request like a % for art requirement.
sure, and I think that's, I think that's between you and the board. As far as like getting that in, but we can make it a part of like our goals and strategies to get that done, I mean, and work, sort of together as a town to make these things happen. But yeah.
And yeah, and again,
It's
going
not
back,
up to us. but-
yeah, and going back to the goals, it's, what, obviously, we're going out to all these committees, going out to the community, we're asking what the goals are, what we want, ideally, doesn't mean obviously that's going to get, accepted right away, but it's the general like direction that we want to lead this conversation when you are talking about development. So then, that's what this comes out to being, saying we want a stake, always a foot, or a foot in the door when it comes to these developments or something like that. That's something tangible that we can work with as a potential, I don't know if it's a strategy or an action, but right, like that kind of thing that
Like when they.
with that being in there, it's kind of a justification to look back at what this is and saying, see, it's here. This is what we want over the next 5 to 10 years. And again, it's not gonna take 10 years, or, obviously, ideally not, but it's where the focus is shifting.
I'm also hearing that you're
Development
asking
is
for a
allowed.
role in development.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
So like the top of this,
I love
the
it.
top of Rock Creek Parkway, where they're rebuilding that tunnel, right? I mean, I knew that was coming, and I sent an email to the board, and I said they should, as part of that process, they should talk to us, because maybe if they're casting concrete, they could just put a mold in there and make it prettier, I mean, it should be part of the very process when they're developing those things to
Yeah.
see it as aesthetically.
Should
I
be
mean,
on
I
that.
walk under the McCaslin underpass to the bus stop every day. I take the bus every day. I would love for there to be a mural or something, more bright under that space.
It will, because we're paying for it.
Right.
Anyway.
But you know what I mean? So like
That
that's.
should be more systematic,
Should be
and I
more
don't know,
Yeah,
and I don't know, there are factors to weigh there, and perhaps, that could get cumbersome at some point, but there should be some means of pursuing that, right? So, yeah, let's put it in, and talk about it.
How are we defining the town's unique character?
Yeah, like Wild West.
Teal, our character
I
is teal.
swear, I went to brothels.
Was it on Tuesday?
Teal rifles.
What is our
It's a
character?
rough group.
Mining, shanty.
That's our,
It feels really
cultural
like
history.
cookie cutter condo right now.
Our style are cops.
With
Yeah,
mansions.
so there are this- on that part.
Right?
We're artists. I am.
Brandon, you might have to find your own sheriff, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Somebody must be. So, yeah, that's a good idea. How is it defined? What is our- what is our
We are
character?
big box,
Is it
retail.
I mean, other than
Do
just
we-
stating it up there.
Or did we just floor you with that question?
And cookie cutter subdivisions.
Think that we have statements, I don't think there's anything that attempts to define the character, I think that would be.
That would be an
Hopefully
actual
it's
plan down
We
the
just said
road.
on the town,
Right.
do we care?
We're doing
It's our
this
unique
comprehensive
character.
plan.
right.
Right?
Mhm.
She just.
I mean, because if the developer,
No.
Yeah.
if the developer comes in and says, how do I participate in
Bills on the
supporting
towns
the town's unique character? What would you tell them?
Well, what is our unique character?
Like, put
Open
a,
space.
put a groundhog in front of the building?
I do think that is, I mean, I know we have that statement, but I do think that that's a big part of this comprehensive plan, because there, 12 years ago, or 13 years ago now, the last time that this was updated, there's been a lot of changes in terms of what the of what the town has shifted towards, including land use goals and, in terms of, housing, and so many things have changed. So that, to say one specific thing in itself is being disingenuous to allowing for this to change over time. So it's a unique character, but pinning it down as one thing won't allow it in 5 years or 10 years to say, it needs to be broad, because then if in 10 years we're missing that goal or missing that statement, then we didn't do our jobs. So we have to keep that still as a guiding factor, but not as something that is specifically pinpointed as Superior is known as just a mining town or
We
a
don't
farming
want it to
town.
be exclusive.
We want it to be inclusive of the things that people do think of when they think of Superior. And again, that changes, and when that will be more clearly defined towards the end of this process, but even in the years to come after that.
So it's usually not a description of colors and styles.
No.
Do we have a lot more space to develop? I didn't think there was a lot of
We
space left.
have about 83 acres of town left. It is about 3% of town,
Right,
Of undeveloped.
of undeveloped land that's vacant. That doesn't include infill.
That could be developed, or potentially will. be developed.
Potentially will, again, it's vacant land.
but
so
not all
that's-
of that is like commercial or
open space.
residential, it's a mix.
It's a mix of everything. Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
Some of it's not developed for at all.
yeah.
So.
I mean, I think we try to figure out what Superior is on a regular basis when we're
no,
trying to put art around, like where is the heart Superior? And so far, I've decided it's Safeway. Like,
Just that.
I mean, like that's where the teenage kids like congregate, is like between here occasionally and Safeway and Community Park. And then like we talk about, do we have sort of a more attractive place?
I thought it was like downtown where Costco is and the park down there.
Yeah.
See,
I
that's
mean,
me, that's the heart.
All right. I'm gonna be art cop. We have a lot on the agenda,
Okay.
so. How can we help you guys focus?
Okay, thanks.
What do you-
Well, I think that unless people want to propose other things that we should pursue as strategies or goals or go back and tweak anything. As far as I'm concerned, you can always get back to us.
Are you gonna circle, when you get down to strategies and those kinds of things, you come back to us again, or is this our window?
I think that there'll be a window when the draft plan, for sure, will circle back with the community and particularly the committees, I would imagine. I think that we're trying to solidify this, but you are welcome to contemplate, write us an email.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if we'll come back. That was specific.
Adding a strategy, another strategy on this thing.
And they took notes, so you've got that we want to be on the checklist for infrastructure projects, and you've got
Yeah.
potential for elevation of art and history in some capacity, right? Were there any other major points that anybody had with these guys?
And I love that second paragraph about transforming bold ideas into places, but can you think of an example strategy that we might try to adjust? It says we need something there, but because that's something, I think that's sort of our general ambition, right? With all of our installations is to try to transform the space into something that is useful for pulling the public towards and having bold ideas around that art.
So I actually, and this is actually a personal project, and we can talk about this later too, or more in depth. But one of the things that for me, and this is, I'm gonna take credit for this project. The old mining area, the old industrial mine. So when you go that area, and this would obviously be a conversation with Boulder County, in terms of a project. But they have these kind of like stenciled, like you can see through these drawings. And so basically on the path, you can put one of these clear stencils that shows what the area used to look like in terms of all the mine houses and everything. So you look at it as if what the area looks like.
Yeah.
And that is something to invest into, showing what the history is, but also at the same time doing it in a way that is engaging.
It's like physical augmented reality.
Right, exactly, where you just have this plaque and it shows where the buildings used to stand and, calls out certain things, and it kind of reorients you to where the town was, but it kind of, so that's a little bit of like the history side of it, but it is bringing in art that actually brings people out and kind of gives a little bit of that, like bringing the bold ideas to a meaningful place and kind of activating that space is not kind of just a pass through, but really is a place to see, even from the Ormond Roach Trail looking down, there could be another one, like there's things like that are definitely the, what was the anchor of this town many years ago. And then it could also kind of be the guiding factor for some of these, preservations.
Is it like a piece of plexiglass with like a silk screen on it?
Yes, yeah, and then like with little like etchings of where the buildings
You
were.
came up with that?
One thing I'll point out that when.
I am an artist.
I like it.
When like, and this maybe all the way back up to like the vision statement or whatever, right? But when you look at what the town like sends out, emails, flyers, that kind of thing, you think about what they want to show. When somebody's making a flyer or sending a Superior Sentinel email or whatever, right? It's like kids doing cartwheels in the parks and it's our art, right? It's the triptych against the sunset, or it's prairie dogs. The one that just sent out was just the community email they sent out about the community center has the prairie dogs, right? So there's sort of like people know, staff knows, the town knows that, it's part of what makes it special, right? This is the art.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely.
people don't want to pay for it, but once it's there, it becomes iconic.
Yeah, right, well, I think that, the nice thing about development is often we make them pay for it, so, it's a good opportunity. What about, just as like really rough, like we can clean this up later, but just, you said you liked that second statement, maybe use art and culture as a draw to create vibrant public spaces, just call out art and culture. Yes, this is our, goal, and our strategy is to do it with art.
Yes, please.
Okay,
I think that'd be great, because I think to your point too, it's, there's indoor art. I mean, there's so much in this building and eventually will be at civic space.
I ran into you putting up that
You know.
installation and I was jumping for joy because right before you walked in, I was like, where's the art in here? And then you come walking down the stairs and I was like, oh.
You manifested.
But,
Yeah.
lots of opportunities and even to rotate out and, something that has come up in here,
Local art.
public art so many times is thought of as being a sculpture outside or a mural outside, but inside is also
I'm gonna capture that too.
important.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
I think
a
should
good-
be
Mhm.
part of that.
That's something that gets lost, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Things like that.
Great. These are good ideas.
Yeah, this is great.
I
Great.
super appreciate them, so if you think of anything else, I'm happy to take it now, happy to take it later.
Or send it to me and I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we. So I apologize, I don't know exactly what everyone's thinking about how this process goes forward. But if at all possible, we will circle back with you with our draft and ask you again, maybe just in writing, if you guys want to make comments on it.
I know someone on the planning commission, so.
Yeah, exactly, if you can work that out, okay?
Be great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for
you.
having us, we really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Good to meet you all.
Brandon,
What's up?
can I have you to introduce our next guest?
Yeah.
Do you need to?
I would love to have, Wi-Fi and visuals to share if that's a possibility.
There's can we hand them the, right there with the Wi-Fi password?
Thank you.
And then, once you're on that, you just go to superiorcolorado.gov and there'll be a calendar of departments.
So I met like Leah, I think probably 5 years ago at least, when participating in Streetwise. And it was a really cool project where she's been sort of spearheading, right? Like from the beginning, very beginning. And I thought it would be good to ask her if she would like to come in and kind of just talk about what she's doing to see if we think it's, I mean, we can make a relationship you know, because I know that the city wants more murals and is interested in sort of, you know, vamping up some, I don't know, some hidden locations and things, but I just drove straight from Vail, so I'm here.
Hey. Being dedicated.
We drove around like 2 weeks ago, showed her some walls and we like looked around. Found a couple of potential places and we also looked at the sporting sort of like rec
The sport
houses.
thing?
Yeah, no, the rec houses are here on the field. So
Like
it felt like the city owns those and those, yeah, the utility buildings.
Like one was 18.
18.
Yes.
So,
We did look at the sports stable, but I feel like that big wall is gonna be something that they're designing.
It's gonna be like
Well,
marketing. for
they
themselves,
started
I
it
heard.
a long time ago. I helped them with.
Recording in progress.
I helped them with, they did an RFQ, an RFP, they got finalists. They were ready to go and then I just never heard from them again. I kept checking in, and it's almost like the project dissolved. But what designs they did have were they were really teetering on half advertisement and half art. And it was kind of strange, but like I said, it just never went anywhere, but they were really gung ho for about 6 months.
About painting something there. It's like, that's kind of the nicest wall, I think.
Is there any way to hear back on them about that?
It was good, but it was like, it was more like an advertisement. Because they own the space, so.
Yeah,
I feel like they built it, right? I remember when they built it.
the sports stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sports stable. Well,
So,
not like renters,
yeah,
like Target.
it almost was like a
It's just
billboard
tough
almost.
because they don't give anything back to the community. Like, that's why I feel kind of like about throwing tax dollars at them. They just bring in people from everywhere else. And there's absolutely no benefit of being part of the Superior community, like your
Well,
kid
well,
doesn't.
They
get
should
a-
have superior businesses.
They shot the out of towners they bring in.
Support the Chamber of Commerce, they
Yeah.
host it.
Yeah,
They do, and a lot of their people come over to Costco and.
yeah, it's just
They're
not
always in the
local.
gathering.
I just don't think of it as like a Superior
Good
community.
draw, yeah, you don't see them.
So it depends if nobody else cares. I mean, I'm not gonna make.
But that's kind of what
that
they wanted
big
downtown
point.
to be, they pictured it like First Street, and that's
Right,
not
you're
just
bringing in people,
everybody,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
true, that's
All
true.
right, thanks for
So
that
for
info.
you over to panelists.
That's a very
then
complicated
You can
intro.
share.
Yeah, thanks for coming and please, the floor is yours.
Okay, so you should be able to share.
Yes.
So, so I'm Leah. I am the founder and the executive director of Streetwise Arts, and Streetwise was founded in about 2016, and we started really with just single mural projects around Boulder. It was born out of a desire to find ways to support the local artist community and also to beautify the city. And then we formed as a nonprofit in 2019. I'm sorry, 2020. 2019 was the first year that we started the mural festival.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. So yeah, our values are empowering artists and building community through public art. And this is our mission statement, is to support artists and build vibrant, resilient communities through public art projects, creative events, and hands-on education programs that beautify spaces and amplify cultural diversity and social justice. Our core values are ensuring equitable access to the arts, supporting artists of all ages and skill levels, and providing opportunities for the community to participate in public art programming. So these are our 4 main areas of what we do. Most people know us for the Mural Festival because it is the most public facing, and we have done 6 mural festivals in Boulder so far. Our mural festivals, I was envisioned as something that we could take and collaborate with other communities and other locations and kind of grow and tailor to specific community desires. So this first selection of slides is just kind of some statistics and visuals from those 6 years of murals. Our festival happens in September. So we've done 6 years, 117 murals, with 142 artists.
Are your artists local?
Most of them are local to Colorado. We
How many
always,
are from Superior?
that's a good question. I don't know that off the top of my head.
One,
Just curious.
One for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know how all of those artists' locations available, but I could certainly look into that. A lot of times, well, actually not, our festival was really designed around art and activism. So we wanted to empower artists to use the platform to build bridges and shine light on social justice issues, cultural diversity. Last year, we had a theme beyond that, like broad theme of environmentalism. So all of the artists have creative freedom to take their platform and, do with it what they desire. And so I think you get the best art in that way when you give the artist creative freedom. So that is.
Do you vet the pieces in advance at all? Or
We do, yes, yeah. So they get freedom to design it and then does need to go through approval through us, but also the wall partner that we're working with. So sometimes there's a little bit back and forth or pushback or some issues, but most of the time it's pretty smooth. Just some statistics based on some surveys that we've done with our attendees to our festival. Some more statistics about how many local artists we work with, BIPOC artists, emerging artists. We always try to incorporate emerging artists too and give them a platform for that launch pad for their career. Also highlighting a lot of women and non-binary artists. This is just stats from our last year's festival, but these are sort of priorities that we usually focus on. This is an example of some of the events we do. We always do some supporting events in addition to the live painting aspect of the festival. Panel discussions, art markets, live music, things like that. Really try to give the community a lot of opportunities to engage with the arts. Mentorship program we launched last year. So bringing in some younger artists to mentor with artists who are painting murals for the festival, kind of learn how they're doing it and just kind of build that relationship. We also do workshops, spray painting workshops. This is a picture of a weekend workshop we did with an artist in Denver, Grow Lab. Not sure why the pictures aren't showing up. We also do youth programs. So that was kind of one of the founding programs that we launched with. We work with schools in school after school programs, artist residencies, independent programs. Sorry, the visuals aren't working. I'm not really sure why. We served 1,400 students last year with 19 schools across the Front Range.
And summer camp.
And summer camps, yeah.
My daughter did the one with the Board Museum.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, that was fun. So I think I mentioned the museum and
K-12 or does this include college?
K-12.
K-12,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So we do mural programming in schools, enrichment, tours, and then like student-centric panel discussions, which are always really great because the students love to hear directly from the artists about how they got where they are and kind of see that as a pathway for themselves. Mural tours we do with the festival, but we also do these every month in Boulder, walking and biking options. We include augmented reality sometimes in several murals, so people can use their phone and see those AR layers. Partner programs is the other thing a lot of people don't know about, but we do programs with like the museum and other nonprofits and corporate businesses. Again, I don't know why my photo's not showing up, but museums and schools, sorry.
It's loading, I couldn't see it at the bottom. It's taking a long time to load.
They're kind of big photos, so that's probably why. Anyways, they're cool photos, but like, yeah, museum and schools and then community events. So we've partnered with Boulder Creek Fest, for the last 3 years, and we do like an art battle with them with 10 local artists. It's an auction, people come buy the chairs and vote on the chairs, and then we do like a community painting mural over the weekend. So it's a fun kind of art engagement.
And what city are you based out of?
I'm in Boulder, I'm in
Oh,
South Boulder. Mhm.
Do the community project things, do they end up living somewhere? Or do
It
they just like kind of
depends.
get scrapped or?
We
is it more
reuse,
experiential?
it's more experiential. If there is like a plan for the for the mural to go, we're happy to install it somewhere, but a lot of times we don't have a place. There's not really a place identified.
Yeah, I was
So,
just wondering.
so yeah, they're more of experiential
Yeah.
things and we'll reuse the boards and kind of do it over and over.
So are you paying the same services over and over, or you said you did what, 117?
For the mural festival, most of the time, no. We do have, I'd say, a handful of walls that we have repainted over the years, 2 or 3 times, but most of them stay up a lot longer. We do ask for a year commitment with our wall partners. That's a nice timeline because it's up for a year, and then, you know, if they decide that they don't want to keep it anymore or they want to do a new mural, there's that flexibility. But in most cases, they want to keep the mural because it's awesome and they love it. But
We like run out of walls pretty fast. But
Well,
it'd be a good
yeah,
I thought I saw something that looked like almost a temporary wooden
Yes.
piece, which would be like cool if you could put it in the community center for like the 1 year until you repaint it the next year, but we could
Exactly.
enjoy it for
Yeah.
the
yeah,
year.
and we've
or
done
whatever,
projects on
something
panels
that.
like that quite a bit. And so
Mhm.
I'm thinking of a couple of years ago, we did a project with downtown Boulder where we did 3 murals on panels. It was for proclaiming Colorado's Black history, another collaboration with the Museum of Boulder. And those murals, after they were in this courtyard, went to the Museum of Boulder and were displayed there for about a year and then moved on. But that's definitely a really nice option that's
Yeah.
flexible, that you can move around or just repaint
Yeah.
if you run out of walls, because we do that as well.
How can we leverage your organization
I like
if we wanted to do such a thing, you know, have
Yeah.
grow a mural kind of competition, what do you call them? Festival, mural festival, years,
Yeah.
mural festival, how do we make that happen?
Why wouldn't we focus first, superior artists first, local artists first, before going on town?
Well, we work with artists all over Colorado and beyond. I'm
But
based
you
in
don't know how
Boulder,
many
but
live here. That
not
are
off
part
the top of my
this.
head, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But yeah,
I think
no,
that we
you-
should try to support our local artists first.
Well, no, we can. Yeah, I mean, we could,
We should.
she's,
if they're here.
Leah's got the experience to make connections and find the walls and find the artists and stuff, and so I'm sure we can target local artists.
Yeah, I think we
and-
would facilitate as like the organizer to help the process, not necessarily be the painters. We help find the artists. So what we do is usually a call for artists for the mural festival. The criteria can be whatever you determine it to be. We can help kind of, I know you guys have done this through the selection process for some of the murals you've done, but we can help get the word out, kind of manage that with you, manage the walls, that, you know, just the whole production of the festival, help with marketing. You know, we have been doing it for a long time. We have a big network of artists.
And do artists have to pay to become artists?
No.
Okay.
And so we always want to make sure that they're getting paid. Also, we don't advocate.
And there's no fee for the calls when you put them out?
I mean, we are a nonprofit, so we would need some sort of compensation for the time for our production of it, but
Right, what do you charge for an average call?
I didn't pay
it's
it
not,
to be a part.
we
of it.
don't charge for calls for
Okay.
people to apply. No,
Okay, all right,
we don't do that. Some people do that, but we don't do that.
okay.
And what's a typical compensation for just standard wall, you know, we pay for their supplies, that's good.
For like an artist,
So the
so
artists, yeah, what do you typically compensate the artists for this?
for a festival or for like a commission, because there is a difference.
Let's talk about the festival first.
Yeah, so with the festival model, I'll just give you an example of what we're doing for Streetwise this year. In the past, we've sort of done like a bulk stipend, like a minimum of $1,000 per wall per artist. They're larger walls, they'll get larger stipends. This year, we're trying a square foot for $10 a square foot stipend, plus a paint stipend, plus free paint, plus other amenities and perks that we're putting together for those artists. Hospitality, food, marketing, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're doing for the festival this year. So it depends on how much money you have. That we basically try to put as much money as we can going directly to the artists, giving them paint, giving them the resources, then marketing so people know about it. Like all of our events are free for the community. We don't, I mean, except for like spray painting workshops, some of the more intensive workshops we do charge for.
Right.
To cover expenses and pay the artist who's leading that, but you know, we try to not have a lot of overhead and really just give as much money as we can to the artists.
So is it a mix of privately owned buildings and public spaces?
Yes, I'd say that for us, been mostly private, but we do work with the city when the walls are available, like sometimes on the tunnel walls or Parks and Rec or transportation, sometimes they'll have walls, and so we collaborate with them too, but I'd say for the most part, it is private walls, yeah, so we have
I've had
agreements
some
with them.
trouble with that.
Yeah, I would love,
Yeah.
yes, I was gonna say, as sort of the very new mural committee person. And Brandon is like the expert mural guy, he's even newer than me, but like, I would love some guidance on how we talk to and give verbiage to private businesses around working with tax dollars and how that all works. You know,
Yeah, so basically, I mean, I could help.
yeah.
Facilitate, present,
Yeah.
like, this is what we do, this is what I would recommend, help navigate the conversations. You know, we have an agreement that we do with the property owner, like, this is what we're gonna do, this is what you're agreeing to, you're not paying for it, but you are agreeing to these terms, you know, you're gonna keep it up for a year. We're not responsible for maintenance or whatever the maintenance
Insurance, their
agreement.
insurance for like.
Insurance, we
Some
usually
falls off the
do
ladder.
require general liability insurance from the artist. We carry insurance if they're operating a lift, we have asked that they have a lift certification.
August insurance is cheap.
But it's-
Okay, so the
Yeah.
building owner doesn't have to pay insurance or have
But
insurance.
You bring up a good point though, as far as taxpayer dollars going to a private
Right.
field.
Yes.
And then have you worked with municipalities and working on behalf of, or is it in partnership with the municipality? Because if you're approaching a business with and or on behalf of the town, we would have to have some sort of agreement.
Yes, absolutely.
But then, so have you done that?
So I
with-
have worked with the city, basically, the city of Boulder has contracted me to work on a separate project they call Creative Neighborhoods, which is a neighborhoods program.
Yeah.
So they contract us, we kind of administer that program for them.
Mhm.
So we have a contract, they pay us. I don't think that the building owner would have to funnel any funds,
Mhm.
right? I mean, the town would pay the artist, or the town would pay us if we pay the artist. I don't think they would have to handle any funds,
So,
so.
for example, how much would you charge for just a mural, like on average? For something like that, what do you
Like us as a
Yeah.
nonprofit too.
Yeah, for like, what does Boulder pay out? I know you can't give specifics, but just a estimate on.
Are you talking the festival or just a?
Yeah, there's so many different scenarios, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's so many different scenarios. It's hard for me to just.
So we're
tell
getting
what
at
it
is
is.
how much actually, what percentage goes back to the artist?
I say 80% would be the to the artist, would be like the most that we would, usually if it's a budgeted project. We typically charge like 10 to 20% to cover our administrative
Okay,
station.
But I think in this
But
situation, Stephanie,
Yeah.
we handle our own commissions.
Yeah.
This would be more for a festival situation.
right, but couldn't we have her assist with the private ones that you guys are doing? You know what you're talking about? For the buildings and stuff?
I would love tips.
I don't think we know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, and let me back up a step.
Yeah.
Back up a step and just add some context. Stephanie, you weren't here last month, right? So the council had a working session and they brought up, you know, council member Miller
Mhm.
raised the point and said, we just need murals everywhere, especially in downtown. She said, paint, you know,
Murals.
paint all the things. Why aren't we painting the things, right? And so they discussed that. Everybody is on board. They're all on board. And so then we had our last meeting, we had this meeting, and then next month, we are meeting with the council for a dinner, right? They're gonna ask us about it, or we're gonna tell them about it. Because they're gonna be very interested in that. And so having all of these concepts, you know, the ability to contact, you know, like, they're talking to Safeway is hard, right? I mean, where do you even start,
Right,
you know? And so, you know, having an end to knowing how to make.
So
those
it's more
contacts.
than just festivals, it would just be.
Well, I think too, the complicated part is my job versus contracting someone to come in.
Yeah.
We would have to,
So like a
we're
concert.
not gonna be able to solve that tonight, is what I'm
But
trying
but
to
if
say.
we threw a festival and had music and all the things and the
Mhm.
community's out, and as a result, we got 15 new murals in town, I mean, that would be triple what we already got. And
Right.
right.
Where if we have a contractor to sort of speed up
Mhm.
the entire process and land 5 murals in 1 year versus 1 that Caps and myself can handle.
Does that kind of?
It's different. Of
Well,
course.
I mean, 2 points. One, we're spending $20,000 on 1 mural
Yeah,
up the hill, right?
yeah.
As we go a lot further. And the second is we're talking to the council and they said, let's paint murals.
Oh.
So in
Yeah.
one, we go say, we got this great plan, give us X and we'll throw you a festival. I mean, that's exactly what they asked for, right?
Are you familiar with Elko, Nevada?
Kind of, I mean, I know where it is.
It's a road town on the way to
Yeah.
California, and I did a road trip out to the beach, and I happened to stop overnight in Elko.
Just need to see her.
And they have murals everywhere in this little, nondescript cowboy town in Nevada. It was charming.
I
It was
love
awesome.
murals, they're amazing.
Yeah, and they had a festival and they did, I think, 50 murals at this festival.
Nice.
Completely transformed their downtown area. It's just, it was a total serendipitous that I stumbled into this, but,
Did it help stimulate their economy, I suppose?
yeah.
I would think,
I mean, you go
Because
to,
it was
Like you're
just
gonna
run down casino
Yeah.
cowboy town.
that's cool.
you go to Glenwood Springs and they're under the underpass and they got the butterflies and people are taking pictures in front of them and stuff, you know.
I think it's just hard in this town though, isn't it?
There wasn't a lot of walls
Yeah.
when we drove around. There
Were
was,
you
a lot of
focusing on
trees.
public walls or were you focusing on any wall you could find?
we came across like a couple good areas and like, one of them was like the target facing wall that faces the, like the park,
Brixmore.
right where the Tesla charging is, like, there's like sections there where you can have like maybe 5 artists paint 5 murals and like block off the street and have music and like a safe area for them to work and like have a food truck or something.
Side of the Safeway, they're interested actually, and they didn't graffiti over there, so they're interested in.
Yeah.
We walked around and looked, I didn't see any graffiti, but yeah, we parked behind the building and we walked and looked at the areas on the sports sort of areas, I guess one's AT&T or one's.
Yeah, public bathrooms and
Mhm.
the North Pool has a wall, I mean, there's places all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, littler mural, like smaller murals would be easier, I think, to get started, just because it's like a 10 by 10 and then. You know, it's not a huge commitment. A lot of artists can paint those in like a day or two. But I think we were just trying to like, I just wanted to give you guys a chance to see what's been going on and just see if you guys like it, you know, and then we could talk about how to move forward if you're interested.
Yeah.
If not, you know, you didn't see anything that's like, wow, like this is like, we could do like so much in this area. It was like, we really had to drive around.
Yeah.
That's how it is, I think everywhere,
Yeah.
most of the time, that's how it is in Boulder.
Yeah.
The Starbucks drive-through wall is beautiful, but like, when is that ever not open?
Right,
You know, I mean, there's like little walls, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I always like to think of like bringing people to small businesses and small local businesses. It's tough because it's like, oh, we could put a mural in front of Target. Yeah, because like Target, I mean, they employ local people, I guess, but I don't know. We don't have a lot of mom and pops. Do we?
No.
Yes.
The-
Except in Safeway,
Actually,
Plaza,
we do downtown in the arts.
in the arts
That's the
district, do you have any
guy.
walls down there?
Yeah,
Let's put
all,
some.
it's all owned by Brixmore, there's walls all over the place down there. Yeah, where he's talking about.
Then-
well, we have the beautiful
That would be a
new
good
like
place to
center
go.
too. That could be good for events and live painting and different options and art shows and and stuff.
Yeah,
How long does a festival typically run? Like a week? Or
Yeah, that's
weekends?
flexible. I mean, we're doing 2 days basically this year. In the past, we've done a whole week. You know, it kind of just depends on what you want to do.
How spread out is it usually? Do you
Like
try
the
to
walls?
do, well, no, like say the festival, do you want to keep it condensed or do you have a sort of one section here of town, or do you want to do
Again,
like?
that's flexible.
That's
We've done it all those ways. I think when it is condensed, you get a little bit more concentration of people, so
Yeah.
that's good,
We could
but.
do all of your artistic area in one
that would be awesome.
Yeah, all works more all the time. The
Well, they
council,
also-
the council's
I
interested
mean,
in
that
downtown.
might truly stimulate the economy down there.
Well, now you've got 2 more companies moving in there,
Yeah.
so that makes it up to 6, so. Yeah,
All right,
mom and
Tim.
pop little art stores.
So yeah, thanks for coming. We still,
Thank you
we're only
so
on number
much.
2 here. We got a lot to do. But we really appreciate your
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Rising the art house.
So much,
Sorry,
no,
we are difficult.
so much on the potential.
No worries, yeah. Thanks for having me and
Brandon, thanks for the connection. Yeah, we'll reach out for sure.
thanks.
Okay.
Any type of art festival would be amazing.
All right, JG, on to you.
Not a lot, just reminders, and I think we're underway. I just think with what's left on the calendar for the year, just, a reminder that, 6 to 8 weeks in advance for planning information. And then as it gets closer, 2 to 3 weeks out, having, floor plan walkthroughs, that kind of thing. So just all the reminders. And then, Michaela wanted me to ask y'all if you are interested in a booth at Chili Fest. And if so, we need to know, she needs to know ahead of time.
You know that date offhand?
September.
Is it Labor Day weekend? Okay.
Good day afterwards.
No
Um,
idea.
but either way, I don't know. While I look up the date, I think you were gonna pose some questions to the group, weren't you?
Well, I mean, the question is, do we want to have a booth there? And if we did, what would we say? And who would man it?
You would manage, jeez.
Well,
So it's, September,
I second that.
September 3rd. So not terribly far off.
September 3rd is Wednesday.
Sixth, I think, so.
Wait,
Yeah.
September 6th,
There you
sorry.
go.
There's a 3 there, because there's 3 events that day, that's what it.
I will be in San Diego, so I cannot help.
I'm gonna say nah.
I'll be here.
Yeah, I was still looking at you.
So I think, make also clear that would not be there, because they put me in info group and stuff, so.
So do we have time to quickly discuss like why or what we would say or what we would be doing other than just like
Outreach.
talking?
Yeah, the Parks Committee's out there just talking
Yeah.
about the coyotes or whatever, this is the art we put up. Have you seen our mural?
Yeah, but they have
The
cool swag,
Marshall Fire Memorial is
Yeah.
moving along,
So small talk,
But we don't have any swag or anything to give out. They do.
but yeah, Schweppes, yeah.
Swag's important.
I can get more Denver Botanic Gardens passes if that'll help.
I'll take a bunch of them.
You can get those for me
I
anytime.
don't, yeah, I mean, it sounds to me like we don't have anything to say or anybody to work at this time. I mean, I can't be there either, my son's got his, their tests, so.
Okay.
Okay, then we pass.
So that's a no?
I think that's it.
Okay.
You went over workshops. How many workshops do we have left this year? Just 2, right?
Wall belting is in September.
Let me get email you my list of stuff.
So, yeah, we have parents number 4, wool felting, parents 5, stained glass, and then Sherry, whether or not we reschedule jelly prints, and then peace polls, and then a potential digital event. Yeah. And you all are gonna talk about that later.
Okay.
That's right. So.
Okay. And
See,
moving
now we're
on.
on, like, we're gonna be early.
Now we're booked. Now we're-
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to general updates, the Marshall Fire Remembrance, so. The RFQ went out after our last meeting, right, so that's new, so the RFQ is out in the public. Do you recall the closing date? It's
August 12th.
early, August 12th is when that closes.
Questions are due tomorrow.
Questions are due tomorrow. Sounds like we have a couple of responses, but they typically come in right at the very last second, as expected. JD put out a press release, News 7 came up and spoke to me for a minute, so there's a YouTube clip out there on the news that looked fun. So that's moving along, and we'll just expect in mid-August to start evaluating those proposals, or those qualifications. So that's where that is. Upcoming events, we've got pairing number 4. You guys wanna,
Yeah.
you're all set up?
Parents number 4, yes, both the Boulder Philharmonic and the Boulder Ballet have been in the civic space, thoroughly impressed. They were totally impressed. So we have a plan to have the string quartet up on the stage, a little table off to the side with 2 chairs for the 2 speakers who are both the director of both organizations. So that's kind of groovy. And then they're bringing, they call it Marley. It's a portable dance floor. So they're bringing 3 rolls of that to put right in front of the stage. So we'll need to start the chairs
you know, a little further back to allow space for the dancers' safety and comfort. But other than us doing some logistical stuff as far as, do we need to get more chairs? You know, how do we handle how many people we think we have when we have no idea? You know, we'll figure that out.
I think it's gonna be a popular one, and, just because of who's coming, the fact that it's a civic space, I think there's potential for it to be big, so. I think we should, you know, I know you and I need to talk logistics about, you know, how big are those Marley rolls and how many chairs can we fit around them once they're down?
Right.
You know, and then we're gonna potentially have to limit numbers of people.
Right.
Potentially, so that's not something that we had thought about in the past.
Correct.
So
We should put that in our ad copy, we should advertise it heavily, but also say, you know, what, come early, because it's gonna sell out kind of thing,
Why not
right?
just do tickets?
we're not, but we could maybe talk about a capacity.
Yeah, is
situation.
there a capacity for like fire
Absolutely.
stuff?
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
and
You can't just pack into standing room only
Well, you can have
necessarily.
standing room up to a certain point, but then we have.
Well,
Fire
the garage
marshal.
doors open?
Yeah,
It's like a mini balcony though, it's not a long.
Oh, it's gonna be on the second floor, not the first floor?
Yes.
So, yeah, the second floor is the event space and there's a stage. And then this flooring Susan is talking about would be in front of, so that's gonna really limit the number of chairs that we can put out. Or maybe we don't put chairs out, maybe it's standing room only the whole time and we just have some for those who need it. I'm not sure, we'll have to figure that
it's gonna
out.
draw a lot of seniors and you're gonna have chairs.
We need
Is there
someone with-
I need a chair.
Yeah, me too.
But you know what I'm saying, you know, like trying to figure out like.
Yes, I
Yeah,
totally get it.
so be a learning experience.
I mean, I'm just guessing, but I would say like 50 chairs, probably rent
We
them.
have 50 chairs.
Okay.
But I had let Susan know that if you think you want or need more, CAPS would need to rent them. And you pay for them whether you use them or not, because they deliver.
And
So you can have them on the ready above and beyond our 50, or you just stick with our 50 and standing room only
We
after
really,
that.
are we like
So we may not,
chairs there, that's the max they can have.
that's what we own.
That's what.
That's all
And
we
then
can afford.
I was gonna ask what the occupancy is for the second floor.
I would have to look, but the fact that the dance floor is gonna take up a lot of space.
It's probably hundreds, I guess, too.
Right, it's huge, it's like
But
a few
not
thousand
where
feet.
the dance floor, cause they do
Right,
not
right. I
let
mean,
people stand on
But
it.
the legal occupancy,
Yeah.
right, not the.
Yeah.
So when you mean that we own 50 chairs, I mean like the civic space, they only have 50 chairs.
Correct.
Yes.
But they have a space that can hold like 200 people. But
Not chairs.
Just, they just don't own the chairs yet.
Standing people.
They don't-
Like a standing
So probably
reception.
sitting,
kind of
they can
thing.
do, why didn't they buy more chairs?
Because there's no money.
Okay.
And I think the point is that they're renting the space out to like for weddings and events.
And those people
Those,
would be
you would
renting
rent,
their
yeah,
own.
your own stuff, like whatever chairs you like.
Do we need to vote on whether or not we use part of our budget to pay for chairs, or can we just
That's
like
a-
talk offline?
That's part of your budget.
It's part of your budget.
Okay, all right.
I think you probably should, I mean, I would be embarrassed if we don't. Put
Yeah,
50 to
I think-
100 people in this event, I mean.
I think you should get
It's gonna be amazing.
more chairs at least.
But what I'm saying though is
Yeah.
with these dance floors, we may not be able to fit more than 50 chairs.
I have the measurements, so
Can you do a dry run with like literally, I mean, I'm not kidding, like, see
Yeah,
like
me too.
draw a line to where
Yeah,
could put
Susan and I
the
can do
floor
that.
is gonna
Oh,
be,
yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah, that'll be part of our walkthrough.
And set up 50 chairs by yourself, please. So it's-
That I'm
No,
not
you do
gonna
the math, you do
Set up three of
3
them.
by 10.
Okay, great, it sounds like that's all in hand. Yeah, we wanna make sure Commons gets this, I mean, it's only a month out, so they can start pushing it.
Yeah.
Alright, it's gonna be awesome.
Sounds like it's gonna be awesome.
Show up early. All right, let's move on to our work plan check-in, superior pairing number 4. No, just kidding, let's talk about number 5.
We have no idea what.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting to see how this goes.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah,
Why don't you guys hit up the local artists? Local companies like CB Arts. Or talk to Sherry and see some of the artists there. You have some incredible artists
So-
here.
agree.
Yeah,
We're more like topics,
right?
you know, the pairings is about two topics, so.
Right.
That's where I need help with the ideas. Like
Okay.
you can say, well, this artist is great, excellent. What's their
Right.
medium? Medium.
Medium.
Thank you. My
Yeah.
brain just
Yeah,
short circuited, literally. You know, what's their medium? Oh, that would go great with this other artist that does something
Yeah.
completely different. So if you can help me
Yeah, yeah.
like
I've been talking
brainstorm about that, I would love
Sherry
that.
has a list of incredible artists.
I got the improv theater right there as well.
Yep, okay, great, perfect. I'm writing this down. I will be hitting you all up for
We can
contacts,
put you
please.
with artists that have been affected by a martial fire, which is even better.
It absolutely is. Thank you.
This is a late October.
I'm curious if the next talk, if the directors are doing their own presentations or are they doing like a collabo presentation?
So what, for the Boulder Phil
Yeah.
Ballet, okay. What they said they were going to do is talk about, some of the work that goes into, putting on an orchestral performance and how the dancers and, how they create the dances based on the music. So, I mean, they already have something that they have
They
been,
know each other?
yes, they have actually worked together
Okay.
multiple times, and they have done similar outreach, so they bring programs to like breweries, which are not places where you would expect to see an orchestra. So
Okay.
that they've already been trying to get into communities, and they have a pretty good program already set up.
That's pretty awesome.
So like they're doing like separate slideshows or they're gonna do like a combo?
No slideshow.
No
The
slideshow?
show is the string quartet and the two dancers. We might have three dancers, but
And then is
the live
the dancing like
performance.
improv with the music or like they might be practicing, you think?
They're gonna do a rehearsal at 2:00 that afternoon. Yep.
I feel like the director of the ballet was my neighbor.
Ben?
No, the woman that's the director of the ballet.
Ben is the ballet, the Phil is Mimi.
Oh, cause she, okay, no, so she did all the, you're like, hey, Brandon, that around the thing.
All right,
Okay.
Stephanie, Sherry, sorry, Sherry. Rainworks, how are you doing? Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Claudia. what's up?
Oh.
Now,
Yeah,
I didn't
you're
do
good.
that. I didn't do that.
I did. There was a lot of background noise at your house a little bit ago, and it was
Director of both.
verbing out very loud on the set.
Well, sorry, my husband was running from a swarm of bees and came in with stings on his hand, so there was confusion.
All right, so, yeah, so we were having a private conversation, but, JG has the supplies now, so we're ready on that. And then, so really it's a question of schedule for rolling this out. What are you thinking?
I was thinking I don't get my okay to go walking about until August 1st. So I was thinking any time after that, anybody that wants to help, we could go out and do wherever we're gonna go. I mean, this thing lasts, the Rainworks product lacks, it's still coming up at the gallery, and I did it in April, so depending on how much traffic the area gets. So I think if we did it the first week in August, we'd still get a lot of use out of it through the fall. And we have a lot of cool stencils to use with it. And I would like to be there because I have done it, and there's like overspray that comes over the stencils, and we need to block that off and like lightly apply, and I can be a little bit of expertise on that, like what worked and what didn't work. Like it says you can brush it on, but brushing it on did not work. Things like that.
It's your project, so you want to be there, we'll respect that. So tell us when you're really gonna be able to walk around and do this. We don't want to push it.
We can't.
No.
I think after August 1st, he said I'll go home with a shoe, so on my foot. So that to me says, yeah, you're good to go August 1st. Like right now I can't drive or anything, but
Weekend is Saturday and Sunday, August 2nd and 3rd. Do we want to do it over the weekend?
sure. I think that would be great. Whichever day.
Can I make a suggestion that you pay the 9th and 10th, just in case? Because you did just have a toe amputated, I think you need to give yourself a little bit quicker. Why don't you do the 9th and 10th? There's nothing scheduled, huh? Just in case you need a little extra.
When does school start?
The 14th.
14th.
School starts 14th.
When does the pool close? Probably the same.
Planning week, is it?
Labor
Labor
Day.
Day?
It's like,
So that's a lot of time, but we don't have to just do it at the pools. There's other places.
you don't even have to do it at the pool.
Yeah,
I know that was a fun
Yeah,
idea,
yeah, do the parks, whatever. But I just think Sherry needs a little extra, I think there needs to be a little extra comfort time just in case.
Yeah,
Labor Day.
I know you say no, but I think you should. Just consider it.
and this will work even if there's like a light snow in the fall, right?
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
that.
Yeah.
Sherry.
Whenever it gets wet, it works.
Well, and it always is so sunny after it snows here, so it'll not
Exactly,
be there.
plenty of opportunity all through the winter.
Oh my God, there's so many places we can put it. It's incredible. I don't know if you guys saw this in front of the art gallery. It's incredible. I love the little T-Rex prints everywhere. It's hilarious.
Yeah. We've got a hopscotch, we've got, I forget what all we have. Footprints, hopscotch,
Oh, we
you
can
are
do a
awesome,
hopscotch.
all kinds of messages.
All right, Sherry, you're in charge. You choose a date when you truly believe it's not gonna impact your health, and let's.
Do you have a list of locations?
Everywhere.
Should we decide as a group what locations we want to do? Because, I mean, I live close to Circle Park. I know a lot of people travel there. Also, they go to the school playground through those back little trails.
Yeah, Circle Park's an amazing place.
Community center,
I
right
think
here.
as long as we're not in HOA or areas that we could get complaints, I think you'll be fine.
I don't think we have time right now to
Yeah.
hash that out, just because of everything else we've got coming, so let's pick a date and then maybe use email to come up with locations.
Yeah, I mean, just wherever kids are.
Yeah.
Easy.
Run all around.
I'll
Skate park.
help you, Sherry. I'll keep you.
Well, first we need a date, and then I was gonna ask for everybody to help, but we need to know, we need to go look at our schedules.
We do 2nd, 3rd, 9th, and 10th.
All
Or
the
dates.
dates.
So we go on the name.
I'd
I mean, I can do either one.
Let's just plan for them all, both weekends, just in case.
Okay, so it sounds like second and third.
2nd, 3rd.
Second and third, just go for it.
Time we can do the next
And to
week.
be fair, we could always have Sherry show us how to do it.
Well, I
So
think
she
you
don't
can
have
be
to be
there.
walking all around and then
Yes, yeah.
if she's not feeling well enough,
Well,
you
we
know,
can-
we can go do it.
Well,
together.
that's her scoop.
Yes,
We
so,
rent her.
A little art
Pink fund. That we
with
decorate.
art
Hello Kitty
like
stickers.
plates.
Oh, my son has his birthday party on Saturday the 2nd at the North Pool, so let's make it happen, people.
We know what it's gonna say now.
that's awesome.
It'll be an art
We will
happening.
be expecting cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, putting that in the notes
To be
now.
clear, we will want cake.
It's on.
August 2nd.
And not the fake
Saturday.
diet cake, we want the real frosting fruit cake, that's not good for you.
Okay, who can help? I can help on August
I
2nd.
I do.
I can help on August 2nd.
Anybody else?
I will be in Santa Fe. I will miss it that
I
weekend.
love seeing.
Did you say you can help, Stephanie?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Chris, Brandon?
Yeah.
Chris, I know you wanna do this.
What is the problem?
Not available.
Not available, Brandon?
It's rainwork
Okay.
spray that
Lovely.
sprays down and what.
Like a resist.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it makes a print come up when it rains where it gets wet. It's
neat.
so cute. She did dinosaur footprints in front of the art gallery. It's amazing. So every time it rains, we have these dino prints going all around.
So it's like a spray bottle, it's like a resist, you can put the stencil down, you apply that resist. When it dries, you don't see anything until it rains or snows. And then all of a sudden, there's.
Forever. She sprayed paper, it's still there. I don't think it ever comes up.
Is it getting down on the ground?
Here's another
It's on
sidewalk.
the sidewalk.
You mean to apply it?
Yeah, and you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta crawl around in the ground, yeah.
That's why we have young ones assisting, so I'll drive my daughter, she's 30. That's why you have.
I just had a knee.
No, don't.
Oh, no, that's why you direct people.
Or bring a stool to sit on?
I mean, I'm willing to help. And
Yeah. Free cake, he's bringing it.
Free cake, free.
better get an extra cake.
Calf's cake.
Caps cake, at Caps Creek.
Mural planning,
Okay, great. Murals,
nothing sick.
I'm gonna say, Hillary's still on for a minute, Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, we don't, it's the same with last time.
No,
You have something?
yeah, well. I'm working with her administratively, so.
Oh, perfect.
I've got her agreement signed and ready. I have a payment schedule set up with her, and then she is slated to start. Because she's got a calendar, September 22nd. So,
They covered the tunnel back up, and paved it, so hopefully they're.
so as soon as we're able to get in there, I just wanna do those measurements that I talked about, getting to her so she can finalize her design, but.
You said September 22nd?
That's what she suggested, and I just wanted to let you all know that that's pretty much all she can do, so it's not like an optional up for discussion sort of a thing. That's the date she gave me,
And it should be ready by then?
that's when she's starting,
No, but the tunnel itself is ready.
not yet, at the
By
end of this
then,
month.
it will be.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
It's on track.
It's on-
So in August. You know, sometime in August, we'll get it cleaned and prepped and ready to go.
I took Leia down to look at the last mural and it looked kind of grimy. I don't know.
Dusty, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think because of all the construction that was happening up in Grasso,
Okay.
they probably just need to power wash it out.
I was surprised. I was like, whoa, if they get this messed up every year, it's not gonna last long.
No, I mean, you saw all that they extended that path and broke out concrete, so I'm sure it's dusty as heck.
Cool.
Yeah.
Need to give it a scrub. All right, next we got the artwork plaques. In the interest of time, I'll move fast, but, so I've been working with Dalton and Historical. He's, very receptive to all my ideas, which is great, but there's no like, back and forth, so probably JG has also reached out to some neighboring towns who have some ideas. So probably JG and I will just design something and make it happen, because it doesn't seem like really anybody else cares.
I just installed this in Vail today and that's what they use at Vail.
Yeah, exactly. Something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
then they just push right into the ground.
That's cool.
Do you want me to show that sheet I showed, or do you want to?
Let's keep going.
Okay. We're next time, we are.
Yeah, digital event. So we had this penciled in nebulously in September, Chris. We should get something on those screens this year. We got them. Anybody thought of what we could do with our digital resources? Bueller?
Just logistically, it's so challenging to get even out of storage.
Can they stay at the,
Why is it challenging to get around? What's wrong?
Are they,
Because we had to hire a professional moving company to the tune of like $1,500 just to do it.
jeez, where are they? At
They're
the,
in storage.
at the Guardian?
Near the foundation, near Founder's Park.
Can't we just get them placed somewhere permanently?
You mean like have one here? like,
Yeah,
All the time,
And one
right?
at the civic
We
center or
do have
something?
one here, and
You
it's
do?
not programmed,
Why not?
because CAPS hasn't programmed it.
We need to
Specifically
program
you.
it. I know, I have not done it. I don't know how to program it.
And that's what this conversation is about. We need to get stuff on these screens.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we can, this civic space is open and underutilized right now, from what I understand, so. Maybe we can get them to at least live there for some time. That'd be great.
I think
But-
Kayla had said that maybe 1 or 2 folks, remember, during that
That was
tour?
during the opening.
Right,
Because they
they,
were gonna
they
ask
are
us all.
starting to book events, like crazy.
It seems like there's room in reception, just to like,
There could be,
be
gotta sell
right
them.
there.
I
So
think,
let's sell
We're gonna sell
yes,
them. I mean, we're
Well,
not gonna
that's
use-
an option too.
I think too, that one, we also talked about maybe hanging one on the wall, so it's not on the card. So that could maybe be programmed, as long as they're programmed, they just can't sit idle.
I liked how we had the one, when we did the Winterfest things, we were doing that, we had one there during Winterfest. I thought that was really cool, so I think we should have one for festivals. and
There's so
events
much
that the town
potential.
uses.
Yeah.
And I think we should have one here, we should have a permanent one at the Civic Center.
And
what are we- what
are we putting
on them? Oh, that's
We could show like one of the Superior Heritage top lot, like on loop at like
Yes.
Chili Fest.
Yeah.
And the town
I
event.
mean, we,
But someone has to do it, no one wants to do it.
we bought them with the idea of having events, right? I mean, we have screens, right? I mean, we have chat with the chief, just showing ads and stuff up here in the community center, right? So I mean, I think the idea was
Yeah,
the AR show or resident artists or whatever, and actually having a reception and an event, right? Which takes some effort,
we have
it does.
Chris, can you program them remotely to like
No.
from home? You have to put something in them, like a little thing like a
Yeah.
card.
I mean, they support all kinds of streamed media and art. I mean, it's a Samsung frame, so they have all kinds of programming you could potentially tap and just have on art mode.
Mm-hmm.
But if we want to have our own personalized contributions, they have to be uploaded via memory card typically.
Or a thumb drive with a MP4 file,
Of like Superior's art collection. on
Yeah,
repeat on
Like
loop.
screensaver type.
which would be
Right.
very,
Through?
yeah, you know, I could.
why don't we do that?
We could also do headshots of each of us.
No.
No, thank you.
With your art options on.
Sorry, I don't allow my press to have photos.
Is there a way to like incorporate a budget that would support using these things?
There is a budget.
We have one.
So then it's just a matter of coming up with like an event idea?
And we have to move, I mean, I think Chris and I decided that it was painful to pay the movers, I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
$1,000 to watch these guys pull the truck up and set them in and drive them to the.
But if we, if like,
So we were doing it
like,
ourselves, we do
Okay.
things. And,
like for the Superior Pairings 5, like if we ended up using the local artist idea and then we had like 4 screens and then we asked each artist, make your own slideshow. Have your own TV with your own slideshow and then we have an event and then they can like show their
We all
work
do that,
and then
yeah.
like show up and talk about it and it could be like a local thing versus like what we haven't.
That would be
done.
awesome.
Where,
That would
like, it's
support
just
local
kinda
artists, which is incredible.
Get the TVs out of storage.
Let's
And-
do it. So who can do that?
Well, did you say you got an assistant? So,
I probably never will either.
cause we could make it her job.
I keep asking for it, but it
No.
keeps getting.
But
The
the
dinner.
dinner paying $500K a year.
Well, we still have time. It's October, right? The
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah,
So
and then
we can-
September was what we had baseline for some kind of dedicated event, so I just wanted to get us thinking about it and maybe.
Why don't we do a subcommittee, a bunch of us? I mean, I know the artist, Sherry knows the
Yeah,
artist.
a working group can only be 2. Otherwise you have to schedule.
Yeah,
work
we'll
sessions.
talk and then
we'll loop,
Stephanie and
Sherry in
Today.
Gonna make something easy.
Yes,
That helps the community.
it a mention, absolutely.
Thanks, Jeff.
That'd be a job.
Well, Sherry and I know the local artists, and we can get with some of them, see if they want to do that.
And then we don't really need to form any committees, but by all means, I mean, yes, you go do the legwork,
Yeah.
come up with an idea.
Yeah.
Send out an email.
I love that idea. I love that idea.
Cool.
Yeah.
We need to move on, but yes, please be thinking about how we can use these screens. Peacefuls, we touched on it. Barry, are you muted? No, you're not muted. Jake, this is hard. I think this one's getting hard. You want to do this next year?
What's getting hard?
We don't have to do it. We don't have to do it at all. The original idea was for the art path to light up like intersections. Lots of people walk their dogs at nights with little miners hats on and stuff. That was the idea for that. So, I mean, you could do it anytime. You could do it next year. You could just, we don't have to do it at all if everybody doesn't want to do it.
I don't know.
But
that-
there is like a lot of planning and getting groups to decorate them, which we're running out of time since it's almost August already. So I'm totally fine with either don't do it or put it up for next year.
I think we table it. You've been outstanding and have done all kinds of things this year and you seem kind of tapped out or.
Got a lot of,
It's such a cool idea, but.
book her for next year. Seriously,
Table.
she's an artist, she's a professional artist, she's busy.
Yeah.
It's not just that, it's just, are we doing the art path? Is it worth lighting them up? I thought the solar light on top of them was a good idea.
Yeah.
But I haven't put it together and made sure it would work, and they would have to be like post holes dug for them, maybe
Yeah.
cement or something like that. So
Maybe
maybe
Lisa
more research.
revisit in the context of the whole art path, which we've talking about. You know, and decided next year to focus more on infrastructure than events, so maybe that is part of that.
Yeah, it's okay to wait.
All right. Oh, yeah, glad we made it here. We have 2 neighborhood sponsorship proposals.
I did not get an email with those.
I did not, I already did not.
Because like.
I didn't look for it tonight.
I just remembered.
At least we remember to get it on the agenda.
Yeah, we did, in a good way. Oh, do you wanna jump to the next one, and I'll pull one?
Okay, yeah, let's brainstorm about, so August 25th, our dinner with council for an hour before their meeting. Murals are on that list. I think we want to talk to them, they're gonna want to talk to us about.
I would like to specifically talk about, I mean, not just murals in general, but like that, the mural fest idea. I really think that would be something very cool, but that's, you know, turning into a bigger.
They will be so excited, I know.
Well, I mean,
Like a concentrated endeavor instead of the.
on events next year.
But what
So
about
what are we doing?
Sundance? Isn't that next year too?
Sundance is like January, or February 22nd.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, but all the planning has to happen next year, it's gonna come fast.
Yeah, I was,
What about realigning the budget to get arts and historic committee outside of parks?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk
And we
about
talked
that?
about that.
Definitely conversations
The-
happening
the-
internally, but I think that would be great to see if it's gotten
Because they
gotten
have
anywhere.
to be the ones to approve that restructuring.
Right.
That
And there's talk
the,
about the foundation, right?
and the accounting department, they had to have a meeting of the minds there. But I think helping everybody understand how and why it's important. I don't think they.
Yeah, and I think I brought that up in every council meeting, and I called it something like the purpose and structure of CAPS or something like that, you know?
This one was, no. This one's.
Yeah, that was the no, it was
Okay.
McCool first, because that was the first one submitted, if that matters.
It wasn't eligible.
I was gonna say about like, I feel like everyone's a little tapped out, right? But there's maybe should be a Sundance committee, because my wife's already saying that Sundance is like already locking down their locations.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, so I put that on, so I've got murals and mural festival in particular, Sundance, this whole idea of art and history elevated, the budget, the foundation, all of that. I mean, that is probably enough, frankly, it's only 3 items, but. Murals, mural festival, Sundance.
Both out of
Yes.
Sundance.
Well, I mean, I think the Sundance conversation is gonna be enormous, so that, I mean, that's, we don't have to have like I mean, we have an hour with them, right?
So we have to hold on, then we'll just start chatting.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, that's sort of the Sundance.
Yeah, we're not in charge. of
Something
something.
separate, I guess they donated.
Hopefully.
the Stanley-
We have to rest into 3 separate conversations.
Managed by.
I mentioned Sundance when I submitted the budget, and I got replies from certain members of the council saying, ooh, that's interesting, right? So it's on the radar.
Good,
All right, so we're back to neighborhood sponsorships.
okay.
So this
Who is
is,
This is Daryl McCool.
Okay.
Project is a block party.
yeah, so this is, their neighborhood, original town area.
Oh,
They're
that's cool.
expecting, 50 people, they talked about.
It's more than just a party.
Yeah, it's amazing, yeah.
So,
And then we reviewed it, they did a good job on, naming how
Right.
they're gonna spend way more than the actual sponsorship, so the matching part is well covered.
so are we saying this is an automatic yes?
I mean, I think we reserve the right to approve or deny it at any whim, but
Yeah.
I believe that it meets all the criteria of.
Including how it applies to the arts.
And we don't have criteria for that.
There's that
Yeah,
criteria or
yeah.
else, that's not part of the.
I mean, I suppose that's up to you and your whim, right? We could just say.
No, I mean, I was just thinking, we had sort of discussed, like, do we wanna continue this in the future, because it is sort of loosely.
Well, we
Very
don't have any
open.
other programs like this. in
Right.
town, so it's important to continue it.
It's,
Or to pass it on to Parks and Rec, cause it seems to be more rec. I mean,
Like
I don't
when-
mean right now, I just mean like in the future.
When they asked for sod, we brought that up.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because some people
Look
actually
at
are
Turkey.
doing art projects, like they did
Like
the beautification project where they did the whole decoration of plants, which was more art than.
Right,
Right.
some of them are collaborating or trying to collaborate and use the trailer, long-term trailer.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff, so they're-
don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say no to a.
At least that's not some kind of
Art
edge case,
thing.
right? It's not like he's trying to do it indoors for somebody's, Thanksgiving party or whatever, so.
Hey, I'm applying for November right now.
So, I will make a motion that we approve the neighborhood sponsorship for Daryl McCool.
I second it.
Hold on.
Let's just do show of hands in favor. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You have to call, that's not everyone, so you have to call the next one too, against, right? If it's not.
One against.
Can I abstain? Me?
Okay,
Oh, you're just abstaining, not voting?
okay, hold on. Secretary is glitching.
It's okay. Everyone slow down.
Yeah, I can't have it
Nobody
fast
else
enough.
is doing it but her. Go ahead, lady.
Isn't it recorded anyway?
Delete, backspace, delete.
Okay, next one. Another block party.
Oh, and by the way, it says on there, August 17th, 24, it's this year. I clarified that just for the record. So I was like, sorry,
We're the year to get the year wrong.
we don't do retroactive. Yeah.
So this is very similar budget, similar contribution in kind. This is on East River Street.
Something else.
Didn't we approve them before?
Thanks.
No, Hillary had made a request,
Okay.
but the timing was off or something,
Okay.
and then she
That's
adjusted and
reason.
came back.
Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
absolutely.
I remember. Ooh, lady,
No, I'm not
it's the
forgetting
way.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Interesting.
And this is called the.
What's her name?
Hillary Nelvin?
Okay.
Wait, where is it?
Motion, I motion to approve Hillary Melvin's application for the.
Second. So. Should we drive the roll call?
No, we could just do all.
Okay, by hands, all in favor? That's unanimous.
You gotta count Sherry too.
Sherry?
Everybody, yes or no?
Oh, I have a hand up.
All right, thank you, Stephanie, keeping me honest on that.
Did everyone vote? Did you? Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So Susan, you'll contact them and then
Yes.
I'll get going on.
Yep.
The stuff I need to do.
Everybody, I'm good now.
Oh, now I know why you're in a rush.
This is
I see
There's
this
an
down
agenda
there.
item for like the whole rest of our budget.
Darn it.
Susan, let's skip ahead. I think we can do D&E together pretty fast. You wanna just kind of pitch what you were thinking for. Guided art tours, and then we had also talked about.
Yes.
Work sessions.
Okay. So one of the things that I have been super jazzed about since I started working with the committee is actually getting people to engage with the artwork that is already out there.
Yeah.
And I get emails from other near places like Lafayette and Louisville, and they do these like walking or biking art tours where you actually go out, and I would love to do something like that. I mean, what does everybody think about that?
Why not combine it with the first Friday? The downtown and the Arts District, they do first Fridays of every month, so they have these big art events between the improv centers and all the stores.
Will there be liability if you, like, people showed up with their bikes and then you gave them a tour?
You mean in this?
If someone got hurt.
If it's an official town event, you have them sign a waiver.
You send a waiver and you say, okay, we're gonna meet at the gallery and then we're all gonna go on like a.
And it's
Similar
not
to his art walk, we did waivers for his art walk. I mean, we just have to cover all bases. We even did it at the drums.
That's cool, yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I'm not qualified to give such a tour. Okay. Is anyone?
Well, we have information about all of the art that has been acquired by the town, so, I mean, I could learn it, I would do a tour.
Willing to make a presentation?
100%, yes.
I'll stand there.
Is there a route? Do
No,
you have
there
a-
aren't.
I have nothing in mind, that's why I'm saying, just like, is this a good idea, then like, great, somebody come out for a ride
For
with me and
something
let's.
this year, or were you thinking next year?
Next year. Because it's going to require planning as far as, you know, figuring out what makes the most sense, how many stops do you do, how much time do you spend?
Well, and work plan for 2026 is gonna be here before we know it, so.
Like that.
But you can do Art Wings, Vita Nova, Triptych, Mural, and Watch Your Seer, right?
Roll, yeah, by then.
Can you repeat that, cause I only got.
Art Wings and Fountain.
Thank you, yep,
Vita Nova and Rogers Farm. The mural on the way under the tunnel.
yep,
The triptych and the roundabout,
yep, I know where that is,
and Watch Your Seer, which is in Spirit Fountains.
okay.
Or up to the rings.
Or the rings.
Yeah,
You can at least point at the rings when you're down at the triptych.
Exactly,
there you go.
okay,
Look
cool.
up there, there's the rings.
I mean, so that's, you know, if you're given an hour tour, you just named 5 or 6, right? And that's probably enough.
Yep.
That's a lot more. You started.
There's some rickshaws. Those little penny cabs, that would be cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. And then the public art location scouting, this was just an idea that was pitched, I don't know, maybe even 2 months ago about we should just, as a group, get out and wander around.
Together,
Together, yeah,
really?
Yeah.
look for, if we can get some Minchies and see if we can figure out where to put the coyote hunt or something.
The other than put it in front of the civic space. Is it gonna be a wide, at least? Oh, it can be. Then there.
But
I
that
think,
means somebody has to pick a battle with the measure district.
I'm on their naughty list.
Really?
It's gonna be town property by the end of August or September.
Where have you
The area in front of civic space. That's what the sticker.
Really?
They don't want to pay for it, so it's going to the town.
Even better.
City.
Even better.
Then hard it up.
Yeah.
Moving,
Harder than
moving
that.
Coyote Hawk wouldn't be easy or cheap, but it could be done.
Yeah.
But like,
That's what we
so,
want.
That'd be awesome.
so yeah, we could have we could start in the plaza, wander around, look for walls, for murals, look for,
Yeah.
you know, do.
Wow,
And
and
then is it-
I was fine, we did a wine tasting. while we did.
And I'll be the designated driver, so just in case anyone overdoes it. I'm sorry, weren't you talking about somewhere near an open space where you, okay, thank you, like I would love to include any, you know, if somebody's had like an idea like that, let's
Create a
go.
portfolio. of
Let's
that.
go look at it and say, yeah, wow, great, what could we do here?
Let's do
And
that one's better,
I love
because
it.
we
I
know,
love
we know
it.
downtown Superior, let's do.
When can we do it?
I've even prepared a Google map.
Community park.
You even
I
said
took a photo of
like
that.
smoke night, right there, sit out, why not?
Yeah, all right, so that's the where, when is the when?
when is the win? Okay.
This will bring the mushrooms.
Artists, we've come to a very festive meeting.
Community, community park.
With the drums.
That includes community park, yeah.
Okay.
Would you bring drugs?
I heard you answer that before.
I'm bringing my kazoo, that's
All right.
it.
So this would be a working group, so we have to notice it.
Just a work session.
So you can't do after I was working, you have to do before. Or, yeah,
But Sherry can, okay.
I know, but I leave on the 14th, so do it for how long? I get back at the first week of September or
So
something.
we're doing rainworks on August the 2nd.
Why don't we do September?
8th and 9th. I mean, we could,
Oh,
just,
or-
that's September.
We could be,
I
8th is a Friday, so you mean.
Yeah, I could do the 9th, I have one thing going on that is out of my control as far as the timing, but I'm completely available on the 10th.
I'm not, but that's okay. I know the area well.
Okay.
Sunday the 10th, does that work for most people? Chris in particular?
Aren't we
Yeah.
getting free cake on Sunday the 10th?
No, that was the previous weekend.
Okay, never mind.
Wait, no,
I want to make sure I could, we said our cake.
I'll bring cake.
Okay.
Okay.
Sunday the 10th for rain.
No,
Chris, you know what?
Sunday the 10th is for our
Of September?
work session. Sunday, August 10th.
Sunday, August 10th.
Oh, please, you don't have anything going
Indians will
on.
be in Tennessee with my mother-in-law.
You're really gonna be there?
Should we push it till
In Tennessee.
September? I mean, the more of us, the better, right?
Yeah, why don't we make September then?
When are you back?
I know, it just totally depends on you, doesn't it? I'm gonna-
I know you're out.
Yes, I am back the 6th. Well, I'm free that 6th and 7th from there on, I think.
I'm in San Diego that weekend.
13th and 14th.
I'm here.
It's my anniversary, but who cares? It's on the 22nd.
Oh, you've been married now. Seriously, after 20.
remember.
I don't even remember.
Never mind.
Times, we all had stuff together.
Look it up.
I figure he's lucky I remember his name. 13th, 14th, everyone?
Oh,
September?
I'm thumbs up on that.
For what?
September 13th.
Oh, instead of August 10th?
Yeah.
Just to walk around and.
Oh,
Can y'all keep your calendars out? I have a quick question. So September what?
We're checking Chris. We need Chris for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris will be on the beach.
This is beaching.
Dude. Seriously.
I'm gonna have to say maybe, because I know my wife and I were just talking about September is like already stacking up for us. We're in Vegas, we're in San Diego, we're all over. So.
Do you wanna do an email and do you wanna?
All right, we'll do a doodle poll or
Yeah.
something for them.
Okay, but while you have your
I know, we
calendars
can
out,
just FaceTime Chris for the
hey
entire.
guys, just for the second time here, just like, this happens every year. The November and December tax meetings always fall on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah.
So, can I propose? We could look at,
Well, we have caps on the 20th.
Yeah,
Thursday, the 20th of November.
what the
Yeah.
heck are you talking about?
I'm showing that it's on the 27th.
No.
We
it's-
moved it.
Yeah,
We move it?
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Where-
December, we moved to the 18th.
yep.
You're so far ahead of yourself.
Does
you don't even know.
everyone else's calendar agree with what I just said, or am I making that up?
Cap's calendar says that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, we did that a few months ago.
Why doesn't the town calendar say that?
Sorry, were you saying Saturday the 14th?
Yes,
September.
September,
Saturday the 13th?
13th of September. Read my mind, Chris.
Am I missing something?
That's my.
Yes,
Clearly no. September what?
so we're back on September. So yeah, we have them scheduled for November. Okay, and then it
When did
was,
we do this?
I don't know, December 8th,
June.
Okay,
was it?
I just, it's weird that it's not on the town calendar if we are so on it. Okay, either way, they wanted to do it, hello. Somebody wrote it.
13th, yeah,
10 a.m. on the 13th.
yeah. Be a little cooler then too.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
Can we do that? 10 a.m. on the 13th?
Yes.
Yes, that's September 13th?
Yeah.
Where are we meeting?
I would say the bridge behind the athletic field, behind South Safeway. The little walking path.
We couldn't meet because if people are parking, we could just meet in the parking lot there at Safeway downstairs or whatever.
Or community park, is it closer to Safeway?
What bridge?
It's the creek behind Safeway.
A little
that he
footpath
likes.
bridge. Little.
So the parking lot, can you use the parking lot for the turf fields?
Yeah.
And then we'll walk back behind.
Yeah. That's what.
Oh, wait, here,
The turf fields right over here next to
Oh,
the
okay.
practice field.
Fairfield.
Did we say 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's too early to drink, but not if you're French.
Mimosas and Bloody Marys
Well,
are
it might be
totally legal.
Mushroom chocolate. Well,
Okay.
Oh.
What kind of mushroom?
You have been.
I'm gonna plan not to do anything for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go home and listen to French and come back.
Fill a glass.
Alright.
Oh, my goodness. Really, you are like super festive this meeting.
Okay, so now we have to go back to 6C and we'll just talk this one for the next 10 minutes, which is, this is just planning for this year, right? We've got a significant budget. We talked about this at the end of last year briefly, but
What's the number?
That's 45.
You guys don't.
So that includes the mural induction.
I'll pull it up on the something.
Well, then we have enough money to do a winter fest. Right? Something?
Let's not add more events. I'm just gonna say it, I'm gonna be
That's
bold.
one last minute event. Everybody loves those.
But we have the big.
Let's find somewhere.
We have the
I said.
winter festival that they use.
Let's find somewhere.
It was in the budget as 23,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
So we've got like 10K for media production, which we have not consumed.
okay.
We had some digital event.
The next mural, or is that already factored
That's
in?
factored in.
Music events, it used almost no budget, there was 2K for that.
Can we make shirts with the box mural? I think that would be super cool.
Ooh. Some
It'd
swag.
probably be like $1,000. It would only be like $1,000. What?
What would
Give them out, swag.
You, it would be like a t-shirt.
Give
with-
back giveaways?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, not
Swag
sell
for
them, right?
future
We're not supposed to
it'd be
sell
good
anything,
for
right?
boots. We need swag. Let's buy some
Just to
swag.
kind of like,
You mean like
It'll
style
get-
file?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not gonna spend, that'll spend a dent of this.
yeah,
money.
well, then I was gonna say, like, would we like to try like the streetwide on like a smaller, like in a smaller way, like maybe like the football field, like thing, and just be like,
Share.
here's 5,000 and just do like 2 murals there, you know, just to
There's
see
also
how
that, like,
well it
restroom
goes.
in-
Oh, it is.
Sort of over there, that building,
Like something easy,
because that's
like
both,
just get
they're
started.
both easy to do. One's AT&T, one is public.
And so, you know, there'll be, if we continue,
And you have 4,000 in your discretionary.
if we continue to lease Coyote Hawk and Silencio, that speaks for 5K.
Can't we buy one of them?
Yeah, I was thinking
Let's just buy one.
That's one of the options, we could just buy one or the other.
Let's
We
do
could
it.
spend a significant chunk of that moving Coyote Hawk, because it would take probably another 10K,
I
unfortunately.
think we should buy a Coyote Hawk. How much was it?
It's 28, it was what we.
Let's-
Minus 5.
Down, right?
Can we make a motion to buy it? That's what.
So it's 22, no.
Why would we buy it right now instead of?
Why
buying
not?
something else?
Well, because we have the excess money. Let's own it.
I think what, first, I don't wanna speak on your behalf, is do maybe buy something completely new and different.
Something to replace it
Is that
with,
what you mean?
once we move it. we
It's
can
only
leave it
July,
there.
we could, you know, be deliberate about a place on the art path and a piece that we want to fill a niche or something, if we want to go down that road.
And that's part of why I wanna like visit sites, so because, you know, instead of buying something and saying, okay, now where do we put it? To like look at a
Yeah.
space and go, you know what would be awesome here, and have the vision of,
Yeah.
you know, what type of artwork, and so.
The only thing I will say is that when the idea to put Coyote Hawk in front of the civic space, like, I think it was, okay, it was great, there was really no obstructions, or no
Yeah.
utilities or irrigation. And then, so I think once it becomes town property, either Coyote Hawk or something else, but I think in the spirit of talking money, we kind of know that is a green light,
Yeah.
that bed, that triangular,
Well, and I think.
so that's a good thing.
With 45K, I think we can absolutely do both, right? We could put Coyote Hawk downtown on the art path and then still do something else with $30,000.
Is the spot you're thinking of, JG, away from where like little running people won't fall into
You know,
it?
it's right next to the climate walk.
So they hit it, seriously. It's not our circus, not our monkey.
My mom's brain immediately is
You like
like
that?
impaling.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it may not be
That's
the
cool.
best
What
place
is
to have
Okay.
kids climbing on,
Right.
we just like,
For sure.
I never got an idea of like what kind of stuff you guys like. This is Colin Parsons, who's like a local artist.
He runs the Armada.
Yeah, he is a curator at the Armada Center, but he makes really good work, like, and so I just didn't know,
Doesn't he?
What
do
kind of
light up
stuff?
Yeah.
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
but that requires power, or is that solar?
I think it's solar.
But
Last time I
regardless,
looked.
there's a ton of artists out there that we.
Yeah.
I can help, or you all can create a deck of options if you don't wanna commission an artist, if you wanna buy something outright.
Thanks.
Given that we have 5 minutes left,
We have 5 minutes left and we also have 5 months left, right? And this doesn't happen real fast. And we've said we're gonna do our walk in mid-September.
Right.
So
Do a committee competition.
Yeah, we also.
We each go source pieces.
Yes, I
And
love
whoever's
it.
piece gets picked, they get to pick where it goes.
Yes, I love that idea.
if it works, if the location.
Within, and the winner gets a bottle of wine.
So
Can't have anarchy.
you gotta bring location and piece. Because then you fix the piece. If you win, you also fix the location.
If it works.
Because then they're delivered, right? Then you
If the
have the piece that
location
goes
works.
right?
We have to remember utilities, irrigation.
You're in this competition, JD, because you said you got all the pieces.
So we just email an image?
Are we serious?
And it's-
So we're seriously
I think
doing
it'd be
this?
fun to have it in a meeting
I
where.
was like, we email you the image like a week before the next meeting and then there's a slideshow that says, hey, Drew did this and Susan did this. and-
What's our imaginary
You
budget?
decide,
2 years ago, Chris did this himself.
Right.
This did exactly this.
I love
We
this
said
idea.
we said we
I
had
love it.
17K to spend. Chris, bring us cool.
I think it's a great idea that we're gonna do it. Can I just email my idea, since I won't be here? You can
if that's the process that the group is agreeing on.
Are we voting on buying Coyote Hawk? Was there a motion? Was there?
I think we just renting it.
Okay.
It's not like.
But I do think we should move it unless, you know.
Well, what
we
RHG
can-
said,
We can
the place-
consider all these things at once, right? If we find some amazing piece that cuts into that budget, maybe it sits there another year. If we
Or
can do both.
Silencio too is also on lease.
I love
And not as-
Silencio.
not as-
I love where it is. I love
Someone
it.
called it the big joint.
Some of all.
On Facebook.
Now I can't unsee that. Thank you.
It does. look
So
nice.
like, you're gonna put another big joint.
No,
in
see,
there?
I remembered what the artist
Like-
said about what it represented.
Yes.
And
I know what it
I kind of
represents
think
me.
about that. Alrighty
4
then.
minutes,
Sorry.
4 minute warning.
Okay.
When's the deadline to submit you the image?
Is that what the group wants to do?
Yes.
I think we're on, I think we're on board with that.
What works for you? How much time do you need? You set your own deadline.
2 weeks.
From now or a week before the next meeting?
Yeah.
To make it
Which is 3
interesting, I
weeks.
will bring back a bottle of French
Yeah,
wine.
3 weeks.
3
So the
weeks?
winner gets a bottle of wine. How's that?
We should do something for every, how many times has she said wine? Should we?
But is it drinking?
Yeah.
Wine.
Wait, so what is our budget again? 15,000? Are we,
Budget for it?
are we, yeah, I mean, are we looking at actually?
Yeah, you're
the art?
you're looking at places
Dog
and
for a couple
people.
days?
Right, so you're looking for
Yeah.
a location first, and then you're gonna find like artists
That are
saying-
selling pre-made sculpures.
Before the meeting.
or something to go there. It doesn't have to be a sculpture, it could be something else.
Sitting in Aspen.
Maybe a live person statue that stands up and make it go. Who knows? Make it fun.
Pre-made.
As far as location, if you include a location with your art submission to me, just please realize that it may or may not be possible. just
Right.
Depending on what you choose. There could be an HOA involved. There could be other issues, but by all means, like, imagine.
Do we need to know the price?
Yeah.
Right.
When he is
Like,
definitely.
hey, this is $5,000.
I think it should be under 25K, right? Because we've got,
It's gotta be available to purchase.
with
Yes.
Yeah,
installation included.
that's good.
You have to remember too, that installation
Yeah.
costs, it's the art. Piece of art does not include delivery or installation.
25K and factor in your installation,
25K all in.
all in it.
Got it.
Yeah, but that
Like
makes
some
sense.
flexibility, I mean, I would say if
Yeah.
you find something amazing, 30, don't, not.
Well, that's massive. Oh,
We'll use
cool.
that map then, Neil.
This is-
What is that made of?
Steel.
Nice.
This is donated there by like a major collector, it's Camp Logan.
Very cool.
Town of Vale, they
Just
have
talking about the maps. of
Oh,
what's-
quite
very
the
cool.
collection,
An open
it's quite the
space.
cool map.
Yes, I actually.
All right.
That was one of my questions on this.
Metro district?
No, just like a general map of
Yeah,
all,
surrounding.
not just
Why
like
can't
the
we-
map, all the lines, like
1200
open space where you
pounds
can't keep something
Right.
classified as this or.
She was like, it sounds amazing,
How do we do
but
it? Very
the staff hours to do that would be.
Moment.
Every time you just- because people, they-
All right.
Are we
Is there
there?
anything else?
We have 2 minutes and we'll keep going.
Right.
Gosh, yeah.
I'm kidding.
What was the September date?
I motion to adjourn.
Wait,
Second.
wait,
No,
what was the September date again?
13, 10 a.m.
Thank you, I had already forgotten. Because it's on my.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, that was it, that we have a first and a second, we are.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Whoop, whoop.
So the dinner, I have to go have dinner August again.
Yes.
For these meetings,
All right, bye Sherry.
like the race.
Bye.
Bye, Sherry. Bye, wife. Aw.